Heracross.
Hey everyone, it's Mark. This is my recap for Pokémon Journeys episode 94, Heracross Lost, Lovey-Dovey Kaiross, which is the translation for Pinsir, but if you say Pinsir, then it doesn't exactly rhyme. Anyways, this was the 1179th episode of the Pokemon anime. If you usually only come here for the episode reviews, make sure you check out the 3 videos I posted since my last episode review. One is a fun discussion video on what Ash should do in every region this coming year. One is a top 10 looking back at the best Journeys episodes from last year, and then the video I posted most recently in which I reviewed the Pokemon Legends Arceus anime special. That one is technically an episode review as well, but it is separate from the normal episode reviews such as this one. While we're talking about this one, did you guys like this thumbnail style? Let me know down in the comments if the thumbnail for this video stood out any more or less than my normal thumbnails do. The episode starts at the Cerise Park, and I always love scenes like this where we get to see a lot of Goh's Pokemon. Honestly, I would be so down for entire episodes dedicated to the dynamics of what goes on between different Pokemon here, but that sounds like more like one of those old Pikachu shorts than it does an actual episode of the anime. Apparently, Ash and Goh have just gotten back from Unova, and they caught a Lilligant off screen. By the way, did you notice anything odd about this scene? Anything? Well, what about that Hoot Hoot? How did that get there?
That is a secret you will never know.
The writers can't figure it out either.
Yeah, no one knows why that Hoot Hoot is there, since Goh never actually caught one, at least that we know of. Although, since Goh caught Lilligant off screen, I guess this episode opens up a lot of possibilities for what could be going on that we don't always see in the episodes. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. All the Pokemon like Lilligant because of its sweet scent, but I'm sure that it won't cause any trouble. Over in the flower fields, Pinsir is picking some flowers to give to its crush, Heracross. But when Pinsir goes to find Heracross, well, I played this clip at the start. Heracross is attracted to Lilligant's sweet scent, and Pinsir cannot believe what it is seeing. Goh notices his heartbroken Pokemon, but Ash always knows what to do. He suggests that they have a battle. Yeah, Ash doesn't really know what he's talking about, and when they go spy on Heracross and Lilligant, Ash notices that they're pretty friendly with one another, but Goh just straight up says they're madly in love. Ash doesn't really understand what's going on here, but that's Ash for ya.
We'll never figure out girls.
Ash and Goh don't really know what to do about this, and so they just head inside the lab and happen to walk in on Chloe talking about this Pokemon flower arranging class, and Goh is all over this. It was actually pretty funny when he just stole Chloe's phone. She did not look too happy about that. The three of them set off for the Celadon City gym, and can I just say that Pikachu looks so calm and comfortable in the bus right here? That's the best way to travel. Anyways, they ask Ash about the gym, and he tells them about how he battled Erika there once before. They run into Erika as soon as they arrive at the gym, and she recognizes Ash as the guy who helped save Gloom when the gym got set on fire back in the day. We didn't actually see Gloom in this episode or get any Ashley references, which is too bad, but hey, we've got a flower arranging class to get to. Before that, don't forget that this is also another Chloe and an Evolution episode as Leafeon gets introduced. Over at the greenhouse, not sure if this is part of the gym still, they find the flower arranging station. Erika gives a quick demonstration and everyone is fired up, especially Pinsir because it thinks this could be a way to win back Heracross's heart. But things take a dramatic turn when they talk about this out loud, as Erika questions if that was their only reason for coming here. I guess this was supposed to be some kind of loose reference to when Erika got furious at Ash for dissing Perfume and banned him from her gym, but in a shocking turn of events, Erika actually loves this idea. Okay. Meanwhile, Team Rocket happened to show up at this flower arranging class in the hopes of stealing Pokemon, and now that Pikachu is here, they set their sights on stealing him. Let's just hope they don't set the place on fire again. Their plan is to go into the class and try and blend in, but that doesn't really work too well, so they just end up hightailing it out of there and decide to take Pikachu by force instead. And we see the Rocket Prize Master for the first time in what, like 13 episodes? That's an improvement. I feel like the writers definitely listened to our feedback when we said we all disliked this thing. Anyways, it's time for everyone to show off their finished Pokemon flower arrangements, and this was cute, I guess, but nothing too noteworthy. Of course, Ash just chucked as much stuff as possible as he could on Pikachu. I mean, the Christmas lights were a funny addition. Goh's flower arrangement with Pinsir is definitely the best though, especially since they use Grookey's special powers to make everything bloom. The twist comes when Goh says he actually brought Heracross with him so that it could see Pinsir like this. Of course, before Heracross can even so much as take a look at Pinsir, Team Rocket swoop in and steal Pikachu, but I did think Chloe's comeback to this was pretty funny.
Team Rocket! Why don't you just pretend you're a tree and leave?
Ooh, funny. Who told you that one, Professor Oak?
Okay, I figured since we were in this grass-type gym and with so many plants and leaves that I'd throw that clip in there too. Anyways, this battle is incredibly one-sided. Team Rocket basically get honed, and Eevee, of course, copycats Erika's Leafeon, but Team Rocket does manage to charge up a solar beam that's headed straight at a defenseless Heracross. But in an act of true devotion and love, Pinsir steps in and protects Heracross, and this knight in shining armor isn't done just yet, as Goh has it use X-Scissor to send Team Rocket blasting off again. Pinsir is a little sad that the solar beam destroyed all of its flowers before Heracross could see them, but Heracross doesn't care. Pinsir's courageous act of saving it from Team Rocket was enough to win Heracross over. The episode ends back outside the gym, and since it's a requirement that Chloe and Eevee get something to remember each evolution by, Erika gives them some perfume that her Leafeon helped create. Meanwhile, our two lovebirds, or love bugs I guess, are about to have a storybook ending, but just when it looked like they were about to hold hands, Pinsir completely loses control of its emotions and gives Heracross a great big hug with its horns. Ouch. I'm giving this episode a 7 out of 10 rating. This was a fun episode and I really enjoyed it. I will say that it was much slower paced than the first two parts of the Legends Arceus special that came out yesterday, but that was just scene after scene of one epic thing after another. While I do not think this was one of the best episodes of Journeys or anything like that, I do really want to praise how they weaved in so many different stories into one episode. This was mainly a Go focused episode, but it was also another Chloe and Eevee episode as well, and this was easily my favorite one of these episodes where Chloe and Eevee meet another evolution. Ash may not have been the star of the episode, but he and Pikachu had some cool moments too. Erika returning in some fun continuity, even if it was a bit unnecessary, but hey, we all wanted to see some more prominent trainers being the ones with evolutions. But I guess we were just thinking more along the lines of May and Gary as opposed to Erika. Of course, I am always on top of Pokemon anime trivia, and Erika's return in this episode broke the record for the longest gap between a character's appearances on the show. Erika was first in episode 26, and she finally returned 1,153 episodes later. That's wild. It is good to see that her gym is back in one piece after it burned to the ground back in the original series, and Erika's return breaks Chuck's record, which he previously held thanks to his Journey's return. And honestly, I don't know who could possibly beat Erika's record aside from maybe Lieutenant Surge. On top of all of that, Team Rocket were in this episode too, which is always fun to see. They added to what was a overall very solid episode of Pokemon Journeys, and let's see what's coming up next. Whoa, hold on, this looks different. And that's because the next episode is going to be all about Team Rocket. That's right, this episode will be about Jesse and James interacting with Butch and Cassidy for the first time since the Diamond and Pearl series. Man, so many returning characters lately. Leave your guesses down in the comments for how many different ways I will mispronounce Billy's name in my review of this episode next week. I hope you all enjoyed this review and look forward to my review of the second part of the Legends Arceus special when that comes out later this week. Be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.